Hey Sudbury, today I'm here to tell you about the 5 biggest employers in all of Sudbury. I know a lot of people are looking to immigrate to Sudbury right now and looking at Sudbury as a great place to live, such an awesome work-life balance, but what are the 5 biggest employers here in Sudbury? Hey guys, I'm Dave Kern. I'm broker of record with Lake City Realty here in sunny Sudbury. And I'm so excited today to bring you the 5 biggest employers. And this was actually, I reached out from a comment on one of our earlier YouTube videos. So what are the 5 biggest employers for Sudbury? And this is a lot of the questions that people that are looking at Sudbury as an option to maybe move, especially from work from home and whatever jobs have changed and switched over the last few months. But the 5 biggest employers in Sudbury, let's start with 5 and we'll work our way up to number 1. So you want to stay tuned for the last one there. The 5th biggest employer in Sudbury right now is CRA. That's right, the tax man. There's a big, massive building in the new Sudbury where there's a ton of jobs here. And usually I've got a lot of friends that have been on with CRA. They pay great wages. They usually bring you on for short-term contracts. They'll renew these short-term contracts over and over and over again until the point where you built up your seniority and then hire you full-time. They're almost always hiring, especially during tax time. When they're prepping for tax time, there's gonna be a hiring blitz on. So look forward for those jobs there for sure. The 4th biggest employer for Sudbury is housekeeping and hospitality. Not great times right now during this COVID shutdown. We will get a comeback. There is a vaccine and we will be out there and we'll be able to, be going inside restaurants and be able to experience things with people in the near future. And when that industry comes back, we would love to be, there will be a ton of jobs that are beginning to be looked for there just because it's been so desolate for so long there. The 3rd biggest employer in Sudbury, and a lot of people think that this is number 1, is the mining industry. And we've got this old image of people with a pickaxe that are, mining underground, and that's no longer the way it's run. Vale at one time was 45,000 plus employees, or when it was back in Inco before it was Vale. Now it's around 4,000 employees total for Vale, and then Extrata would have another 4,000 or 3,000. Now, it's not just the mining industry that's big in Sudbury though, it's the feeder industry to the mining. It's all these suppliers that work and feed into that mining industry. When you start adding up those jobs, it's in the tens of thousands. And the best part of those is especially when nickel is strong, and right now with the long-term forecast for high-grade nickel, and that's going to be used in batteries, especially with smart cars. Sudbury's in a position in a really good place for the long term. And all these additional companies that spend money in startups that feed into the mining industry have so many opportunities in the Sudbury marketplace right now. So that's going to be our 3rd biggest employer in Sudbury. The 2nd biggest employer in all of Sudbury is the teachers. I've got my sister and my brother-in-law are both teachers at the local high schools, and we have such awesome schools here. And I've gone into it in some past videos, but RLBD was Fraser Institute tied for number 1 in all of Ontario a few years ago, and Marymount as a high school was tied for number 15 in all of Ontario. And that's not a public school. That's a public school. That's not a private school. So awesome opportunities, and there's such a great opportunities for a ton of teachers. Since COVID's hit as well, I've been told by so many people that there's so many vacancies for teachers. So if you're a teacher and you love the outdoors, be sending those applications in now because there's a great opportunities. The number 1 biggest employer in all of Sudbury, thanks for staying right to the end, is the hospital and healthcare. We are the hub of the north for all healthcare. We've got the Cancer Center of the North, we've got a teaching hospital, we've got the med school here that feeds and works so well with the hospital, and it's literally right across the street from where I sit right now. My wife's a nurse at the hospital as well. There's so many jobs that are tied to the hospital industry in Sudbury. And the reason again is we're the hub of the north. We are the place where people from Timmins and Kirkland Lake and North Bay, when they need to go to the bigger hospital, we're the hub. And because of that, that's something that's not going away. We're going to continue to be positioned so well in that industry over the long term. If any of those jobs are that you can see yourself getting involved with, feel free to reach out to the hospital's website. I know that they have an internal post for those nurses and those people that are already employed, and then after it goes from the internal list, it will go to the external list. And if you go on the hospital's website right now, Health Sciences North, you can see a list of the jobs that they're posting. Thanks for tuning in. Those are the 5 biggest employers in all Sudbury, and thanks for the question and the comment from our last YouTube video. We love comments, we love questions, and we love when you share and subscribe us. When you subscribe and you hit that little subscribe button, every time we do a video, you guys are going to be notified about it first. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.